Right, today we're at the Coventry site where the London taxi company was based. It's just been demolished, and I've met a gentleman called Games who used to work here. So Games, tell me about the London taxi site at Coventry.
Well, from what I know, it was opened in 1928. It was called Carbodies, and they used to do vehicle conversions. And during the war, it used to do repairs for Lancaster bombers. There was a bomb or a shelter which was over the far side of the factory, which I didn't even know about until today, which housed 300 people.
Now, what age did you start here in Games?
I started working for the company in 1998. I was 24 as a vehicle technician. That was in Birmingham. Then in the 2000s, I came to work here on vehicle quality control, which is roughly in the same place, just about behind the fence over there. Used to do rear interior checks and exterior, and then I used to do some mechanical work. Got to go to China a couple of times for the company, and also Australia.
So Games, how many taxis did they make here a month?
Right, so we used to do roughly between 11 to 18 a week, is how we can equate it, but it used to change on what we used to do.
And these are the old, not the electric taxis. This
is the diesel engine taxi.
Diesel engine taxis. Yep. Now, most of them are black, but some are different colours. Could you order what colour you wanted?
You could have any colour you wanted. We did pink, yellow, blue, grey, metallics, anything you wanted.
Dave, hi. Can I just ask you, James, when the actual taxis came in, what state were they? Were they body in white, or was it raw material?
Right, when it was taken over by the Chinese, which is roughly when I came here, they came in a container, and all the parts it was a bare shell. All the parts were shoved inside the containers, and then it went through the process of being painted here, and then obviously assembled.
Brilliant. So where was the entrance for the goods in?
Goods in was the far side where the fence is over the back over there, and the big building that was there, which was the last building which I saw on the video to be demolished. That's where parts used to come in.
And would I be right in saying where we are now was the security complex?
Yes.
The gatehouse, and this is where finished taxis went on their way on the transporter?
Yep, it is, yeah.
Great. So what part of the country did the taxis go to?
All over the place, mainly to London, up to Scotland, but then anyone who wanted one, we'd ship it anywhere.
Did you go abroad, America?
They had gone to America, they had Australia, they'd gone to Azerbaijan, they'd gone all over the world.
Wow. So was there a commemorative number, like when you got to the 100,000, was there a special one that came off the line?
I think that was a bit before my time with the cabs. I know with the last ones that were ever done, they were all numbered, and there were some limited edition versions that they did that a guy had bought a lot of them.
So anybody watching this film now, like the black cab drivers, where are they getting their parts from for the derivative taxis these days?
There's lots of parts suppliers now. I'm not sure what the company does now is in towards the later vehicles, which is TXII, which I'm sure there's probably still warranty on some vehicles, but there's so many aftermarket companies now that do TX parts and eBay and other such sources and spares.
So on the taxi derivatives that came out of the factory, what was the power plant, the engine, which was popular, and were there stages of development for the engine?
The most popular engine we did was the Nissan, which was basically bomb-proof and would go over 1 million miles easily. And then they went to the Ford engine, and then they went to the VM engine, and they had been diplomatic various quality control issues with those engines.
So what was the highest mileage taxi you ever saw then?
The one I saw in a magazine had actually done 500,000 miles.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. So, and also just saying to you, the numbers coming off the production line, what number was the last production taxi came off the production line? What number was it?
I don't know. I was working at the new site before I saw the very end of production, which I wanted to be here for, to be honest.
And these you said were hand-built taxis?
Yep, everything was hand-built.
Everything hand-built?
Everything hand-built.
So in there you had an engine shop?
No, that part, engines and gearboxes were brought in by an external supplier.
So on the film actually we're watching now,
Yep.
as the viewers watch it, we were looking at the gantry cranes which we filmed earlier in the year. What were the two gantry cranes used for? Because they're very high lift units.
Yeah, they used to be for the steel stores back, like I said, back in the, I would go back like really early 20s, 30s, 40s, I would think they were for. When I came here, they weren't used, they were sort of redundant, and one which was actually here was actually removed.
So you mentioned about the 1920s. Do you know anybody or family and friends who actually know or knew anybody who worked here when the Lancaster bomber engines all...
Well, yeah, the guy that I worked with, I worked on the quality. He'd been here since he was a young lad, and he was in his 70s when he retired, if I remember rightly. His aunt actually worked here repairing Lancaster bomber doors, he told me. It's quite a history.
And does anyone know, were they hit by German bombs during the war?
Apparently one bomb, what I understand is one hit over in the corner. There was some minor damage.
Amazing.
Frightening. Yeah, this place, Coventry, must have been hit by the German Luftwaffe a hell of a lot of times.
Yes, apparently. So I've read a lot about it, and it was heavily hit. Coventry was.
So just going back to your career, you enjoyed working at this site?
I loved working. As much as you sometimes hate coming to work, I look at it now and I realise how much I actually miss it.
Now, who was your best mate who worked here? What's
My
his
mate
name?
was Phil. And
hello,
Phil. We actually worked together as mechanics and then came here together.
What's Phil doing with himself now?
He still works for the company.
Does he?
Yes.
So, wish all the London taxi people in London happy motoring.
Yep.
Enjoy their black cabs.
Enjoying your new electric vehicles.
Hang on, I'm just going to say Paul and I, my name's Mark, by the way, all the viewers watching, I'm the guy who actually flies the drone. One of the things Paul and I do support is black cabs. We're not keen on Ubers at all. The knowledge is everything, and the people who drive the black cabs, credit to you guys for what you do for Great Britain, United Kingdom, amazing. And to see your black cabs in London, even going electric now, is just fantastic.
So all I say to anyone watching this film in London or any major city, don't get into a cab unless it's a proper black cab. Do not do Uber. We are anti-Uber and IDP film. Anyway, listen, thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
Lovely meeting you.
Thank you.
And this will be on YouTube for about 20 years. So this is nice to see one of the guys that used to work in this place.
Thank you very much for the chat and meeting you. And hopefully you're going to stay and watch the drone flying for the last day on site.
Yep.
Well done. Thank you.
Mate.